Hello makeshifters, this is what we're making today. A cool earring made from duck feathers that I found on the side of the lake, with some beads, wire, and heart made out of hooks. The hook I have in the vise, it's size 1 and it has a big eye. If you don't know what hook to get, let me measure it for you. I have about 2.5 centimeters of working room. These are the tools I'm going to use. If you want to know how to make any of them, I'll leave the link in the description. This is a black thread in 6/0. I did 10 turns, then I'm going to skip a turn and then continue touching turns. And that turn we skipped leaves us with a little gap of a bare hook, and we know not to go past that gap as we need this room for the head of the fly. In the previous episode I struck a jackpot and I found a bunch of duck feathers on the ground while fishing. Let me attach the footage. Look at that, guys. I think I struck the jackpot. Look at the amount of feathers. Let's take some of them. I have put them in a Ziploc bag and brought them home. Filled this container with lukewarm water with washing up liquid, and I left them sitting there for about half a day. Then I poured them out of this container into this sieve, so all the water came out and the feathers were left at the bottom of the sieve. Then I washed them off under tap water to take away the washing up liquid, and I put them on a towel. I dried them out and they come out clean, fluffy and beautiful. And it was mainly flank feathers and smaller body feathers like this. But there was also feathers like this. It probably came from a tail or from a wing, and we're going to tie them in at the back. I'm going to measure it. So the feather extends a little bit past the band. So from the start of the hook until the band. Like so. Then I'm going to put it where the thread starts. Take away some fibers. And this is our tail. And then we are going to cut it just at our mark where we skipped a turn. These are some beautiful fibers. We're going to strip them and keep. We can use it for tails on the nymph. Here I got 2 feathers prepared. Let's attach them. Oh yeah, also I forgot to say, these feathers, by luck, it must have happened that it's a right and a left. So it came from a left wing and a right wing. Because when you put them side by side, they're orientated flat and they stay correctly positioned. Because if this were 2 left feathers or 2 right feathers, then they would be positioned. When you put them side by side, they would be positioned like this. One looking this way and one looking that way. but because they're positioned uniformly and flat, I can make a judgment that just by luck happened I found on the ground two feathers that came from a right and a left. I got 4 strands of crystal flash. I got this little handmade symbol in the shape of a hand. I'm going to attach it. This is a monofilament line, about 0.3 mil in diameter. I'm going to flatten it so there's less bulk. This is a heart that I made out of 2 hooks last Valentine Day. If you want to know how to make it, I leave the link in the description. And I think it's a good idea to attach it to our earring to make it more special. I'm changing the thread to your normal monofilament thread in black. It's essentially your normal fishing line, only in a thinner diameters. This one is about 0.10 mil in diameter. I have selected one feather. I'm going to strip it, take away the fluff. I'm going to cut it, leaving about 2-3 mil of a stem. And the reason why I switched to the mono thread, because we are going to figure 8 and catch this stem. And mono thread, there's no fibers in it, it's just a one solid piece, so it always stays round. So you can apply a lot of pressure with fewer turns. Catch it on one side, come in behind, catch it on the other side, and that forms a small X on top. And then you give it a pull to really cinch everything down, and this is secure. And then I will take a few wraps at the front. Going to grab it with the hackle pliers. And then palmer it around. And then I'm going to back up with the thread. Until I'm in line where I stop palmering. And I'll just tie it off. I'm going to leave a stem in there. It's not make a difference, because I'm going to fold it back and tie over it. I got some flash. Let's whip finish. And perhaps one more for good measure. Okay, let's trim back some of the flash. Let's apply some varnish. Okay, the tying portion is finished. Let's cut the hook point. There's a sharp bit there. We're gonna file it down. I got stainless steel wire, 0.6 mil in diameter. It came in a coil and I cut about 11 centimeters of it. These are round nose pliers. We're going to make a loop. I'm going to close it a little bit. Now let's make 3 turns. Here we have a little tag end. We're going to squeeze it down. Here we go. It is flush now with the wire. This wire is curved. Now we will straighten it. These are 4 millimeters glass beads in deep purple and bright orange. Now we will make a little loop. We need the loop there so the beads don't fall off. Now with the bigger round nose pliers, we're going to bend the loop that goes into the ear. Now we will bend the wire out a little bit. Now we will give it a slight bend at a straight angle. This part is very sharp. We need to file it down and make it smooth and round. Earrings are finished. I made 2. They're identical. And it seems like a pretty cool project. I incorporated the feathers that I found on the lake with some beads and wire. There's a good tying portion in it. There is some wire bending portion. Everything that I like about lure making, I was able to put into this earring. So guys, hopefully you can follow the video and make few of the earring souvenirs for yourself and give it to the ones you love for Valentine's Day. This is Makeshift Lures and I approve this earring.